I'm an entrepreneur, and I do whatever it takes to make my life go around. Now let's get started with my talk, which the title of which is What to Do with Your Life. So many of you are how many of you have passed out of college already and are in a job already? Many of you are in final, okay, very few. How many of you are in college still, third or fourth year? Most of you. So you're going to face this question soon, right? What to do with your life? What am I going to do? So let me present to you the classical idea of what a normal person in India or most of the world does after in their life. The classic idea is you're born, you're put into school before you are even in your senses. By the time you find yourself, you are about to be in college, and you get a degree, you get a job, and you try to make money, try to survive in this world, and then eventually you try to make a mark in the world, or somewhere down the lane, your parents get you married. Somebody's already married in one of the team, right? So that's not a bad thing, obviously, but yeah, you get married, and then you have those babies, and then you put them in school, and by the time you set them in the same rat race that you were in, you are retired, and then you die. So that's about it, right? And where in it, all of it, is a space for your dreams. Where does it go? I had dreams. I wanted to become an astronaut. I wanted to become a writer, a poet, a painter, an artist. Somewhere I want to travel all the world. I want to read all the books in the world. I want to watch all the films in the world. Where do all those dreams and aspirations go? Where is space for that? So let me present to you an alternate idea of life. What can be the idea of entrepreneurship? Living a life for your dreams, or die trying and have fun. That's entrepreneurship. Either you chase your dreams or you die trying. And it's all about chasing the dreams in the end. Because in the end, let's start with a very basic thing of, the first thing I hear from people when you say entrepreneurship, let's say, are you doing something of your own or doing something different from everybody else and getting a job? Or maybe doing even slightly different, let's say taking a gap year. Everybody goes like, look at the risk. It's very risky for me. I can't do that. And I want to ask you just one question. If you're not living the life of your dreams, if you are not living the life of your dreams, then what are you doing here? What are you here for? Just to be another person in the crowd? Just to be another brick in the wall? Yeah, I existed, and I went off. That's it. That's it for my life. No mark made. Nothing, and my no dreams were fulfilled. I did nothing. Or you really want to do something about it, or you want to change that, this is the time if you want to change that. Actually, whenever you want to change, it's the right time, but there's a good opportunity to think about it. So let's start with you. Who are you? Now, I know you are, if I ask you who are you, you will say your name. I'm Sidharth. All right, but that's just your name. That's just a label that you're identified as. Are you your body, that physical body with all the organs intact and the beautiful bodies that we all have? Are you that? Or are you a son, a daughter, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, an employee, a boss, or somebody who's just watching another film, a person in the row? Who are you? Or are you all of that, combination of that put together in a body? Or are you the sum of your ideas? Are you the sum of your dreams? Are you the sum of your aspiration? What defines you? Who are you? Have you ever thought about it? Why are you here? What is your purpose in life? Have you ever wondered about it? Have you ever thought what is the reason that you are, what drives you, what this life is all about? I know that I think it's impossible to live life to this extent, to be 20 or something years old, and not ask that question. But the only difference between entrepreneurs and non-entrepreneurs is that other people just sway that question off, that, okay, I don't have the answer, let's go next, let's just do whatever is in front of us. And entrepreneurs stick to that question, and that's where it leads them next. So the first thing is find yourself. And my best thing, from my experience, the best way to find yourself is 3 steps, done together. Very simple. You can start it right away from today. Read, write, and travel. That's all it takes to find yourself. It'll put you in place. Reading will give you new perspectives, will give you new ideas. Don't read crap like Chetan Bhagat or, nonsense. Read good stuff. Read, let's say, start with classics. Shakespeare, read Mahatma Gandhi, read Nehru, read anybody who inspires you. Read about them, read what they write. Today you have a lot of blogs from people who inspire you. You can go and read about them. What are they thinking? What are they doing? Second, write. Start writing a diary. When you write, Your brain, when you write, you focus a lot, and your thoughts come in a structure, and then you start to think more, you start to question more. And traveling will expose you to better ideas, more ideas. Have you ever gone out of Tirupati? How many have gone to Chennai or Bangalore or traveled around? How many of you? Okay, at least half of you. So when you travel, suddenly you look at a new society. Suddenly you look at a new culture with different ideas, with different morals, with different things in life, and suddenly you get open up to this new, you get, first it's a shock. Okay, what are they about? What's happening? When I come here, the first shock I get, especially in South, like, around this area, the colorful houses. Yellow, orange, purple, magenta. You never see such houses in North. So you get culture shocks, and you become open to ideas, more receptive to ideas. You become what we call open-minded in real sense. So these three things, if you do, I promise you, you will discover who you are, what your dreams are, and what you're all about. Then, once you've found yourself, educate yourself. And by that, I do not mean your college and school. That is, in my opinion, just literacy. And there's a difference between education and literacy. Literacy gives you basic things. You can now read, you can now write, now you can communicate. What did you do with that? Did you just study your school books, you're sticking to a textbook, or did you find more ideas? Were you curious and you went out in a library to discover more? Now, that's the question to ask yourself. That's why read, write, and travel. What's that noise? All right, anyway. So educate yourself. And how do you educate yourself is, again, read, write, travel. Talk to people. Talk to like-minded people. Have think tanks. Third thing, choose your profession. Now, most of us will go about that, what is your profession? Your degree? What you studied in school? Now all of you are engineers, so engineering is a profession. I think we need a different idea about what your profession should be, and the profession that I want to excite you about is, what do you want to change in the world? Look at this world that is around you. Do you want to change it, or you like it as it is? It's louder. Do you want to change it? So whatever you do, you want to change in the world, right from the seats you're sitting on, if you want to change them, right from that to the life structure, to the system, to the corruption, to the government, to everything, that is your profession. What do you change in the world? What do you do different in the world? What is your value to society? That's your profession. Now let's come to, a different thing, that some lies that you were in school, you were with parents, with all due respect, they were wonderful, they put you here, they made you who you are. But they can't, out of that we become very, very lazy, all of us. Because our parents did it for us, our schools and whoever was there did it for us. How much did you make who you are? How much of you, that who you are, what you think, is made by you? So, out of all those things, there were some lies that were told to you that I want to bust today. From my life experience, that they are sheer lies. They are not true. The first lie I want to bust is, mistakes are bad. What happens in school when you make a mistake? You're punished, minus 10 marks, work harder, you're wrong, you're humiliated. I still remember, if you score less than 5 marks, my history teacher used to make you stand on the corner of the class and go, you're the shame, people, you should be ashamed of yourselves. How many of you can relate to that? That you are punished for your mistakes in school? Very few. Okay, I don't know who was rewarded for. I was never rewarded plus 10 for making a mistake in exams. But life is opposite of that. Life rewards you for mistakes. If you make a mistake in life, you screw up something, you go bad, something gone wrong, you become wiser. And that wisdom stays with you forever. The more mistakes you make, entrepreneurship is about making mistakes and managing mistakes. How many mistakes can I make in balance with life without screwing too many things up? That's what entrepreneurship is about, because the more mistakes you make, the better you get at doing things. How many of you know about Steve Jobs? You know who he was? You know about Apple? It's kind of strange that people don't know about Steve Jobs, but anyway. So he was founder of Apple. Apple computers, they make iPod. How many of you know iPod? Okay, most people know iPod. That's great. So he created the company which started iPod. So if you read his biography, it's full of mistakes he made in his life. And you are then we all are the sum of mistakes we make in our life. Success is just part of this flow. It's inevitable. I like to use this analogy. Have you ever been on a hilltop on a bicycle? Or just imagine you're on a hilltop on a bicycle and the road goes down. That's how life is for an entrepreneur. The thrill, imagine the thrill of ride. You don't have to paddle. Life will take you forward. You don't have to, do you have to take out your watches and change the date and time manually? The time keeps moving forward, doesn't it? And life keeps speeding up. Have you noticed? Isn't your life faster than it was when you were kids? So the speed is inevitable. The destiny, you will reach the end of the hill. Your success is inevitable. The only thing that you need to do is focus and balance. That's all you got to do in life. Balance it out. Balance your mistakes and make more mistakes. Learn from them. Don't be scared to make mistakes. So making mistakes are bad is one myth. Second myth is life is about achieving goals. How many of you live by goals? My goal is this much target of marks, this much amount of package. Let's be honest, my life is about goals. How many of you live life by goals? That this is, or a certain idea that, I want this much salary, I want this much marks, I want this much happiness, I want this girl in my life, I want that guy in my life. None of you? Okay, many of you. And life is not about that either. That's a surprise. So because it's like carrot in front of you. Have you had that picture? Donkey, you put a carrot on the stick, and to eat the carrot, he keeps walking. And carrot is his main focus. He wants the carrot, so he keeps walking, and he never reaches the carrot. Because the more he moves, the carrot moves further away. That's how goals are. They are just there to excite you. What life is actually about is the journey. How much fun did you have today? Listening to the wonderful drumming there. Did you have fun? Was that not meaningful? Was there not more life in 5 minutes or 15 minutes packed than rest of our days maybe put together? Were you not more alive listening to that music? Were you not more alive how many of you like driving fast? So most of you. So why do we like to drive fast? It fills us with thrill, it fills us with life. We are more alive in those 5 minutes of driving fast and rashly than any of those slow driving in traffic put together. So that's what life is about. In the moment fun, in the moment meaning. Life is about what is meaningful to you, what excites you, what fulfills you from inside. Are you fulfilled with what your life is giving you? Are you happy with where you are? If you're not, you change it. And only you can change it. Nobody from outside is going to come and change it. Last myth that I want to bust, that's the biggest one, which I got booed for a lot. Hard work is the key to success. I dare say it's not. If that was true, all the laborers who built this wonderful hall would be more successful than us. They're not. Are they? Is hard work really the key to success? It is not. It looks like hard work from outside. What it is labor of love. If you love what you do, you will put in hours and hours in it together because you love it. And I'm not talking about Facebooking. That will not get you nowhere. Loving Facebooking is one thing, loving watching films is another thing, but yeah, if you find what you love, make a career out of it, success is yours. That's all it takes. It's a simple formula. You can see it everywhere. Experiment, find what you love, try it, your success is yours. And life will reward you, for sure. It's a promise from me. And hard work is not the key to success, labor of love is. You can do all the hard work in the world. I suck at any sports. You can tell maybe, by the short guy and thin guy I am. I don't play any sports. And if I try really hard for my life to make a footballer out of me, it's not going to work. If you put a fish and make it work hard to climb a tree, it's not going to work. Hard work does not work that way. But what does fish love? Eating and swimming. And if the more life it puts in it, the more life rewards it. So if you love what you do, you're going to work. That's what I call labor of love. That's what the secret to success is. Labor of love, not hard work. Because does anybody ask you to spend these many hours on Facebook? Does your mother tell you, you haven't spent time on Facebook today, spend 5 minutes? Nobody tells you that, right? But somebody has to your mother does tell you, you haven't studied all day, you better study, or I throw you out of the house. My mother did that. She always goes like, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. And then their aunties they come together and they cry about how, I'm not doing well. And just 5 years ago, I still remember the kitty party that happened at my house. It happens at, how many of you, I don't know, it's a culture in Chandigarh at least, and every mother was cribbing about just one thing, how their sons and daughters are not performing well enough, and the phrase they use is, पता नहीं इनका क्या होएगा, पता नहीं क्या करेंगे, हमने तो जी ली अपनी जिंदगी, ये लोग क्या करेंगे हमें नहीं पता. And that's one attitude to go about it. That's fine for your mother, but that's not fine for you. If you go about the same attitude with life, then it's gone, right? Whose life is it? Yours. Now, the surprising thing is, we are all waiting for something to happen. Something will happen and this will turn around. Aren't you secretly hoping, always, back of your mind, something will happen and this will change? And what will happen that will change? The changes will happen in you, step you take. Life is what you make out of it, nothing else. And you can be, do, and have anything that you want. Life is supposed to be fun. And if it's not, make it fun. Thank you.